Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back. It is me, Jacob, or Daily, and today I'm going to be telling you a story about the time that I got stuck on a roller coaster at Kings Island. So I don't know if any of you guys ever been to Kings Island, but I went yesterday and it was going really great. You know, I went with my friend, we and him were riding all the rides. We were a couple times, it was going great. One ride that didn't have a lot of people in line, so you're like, you know what? We're just gonna ride it anyways. So we rode it. It's called the Vertigo, and the type of ride it was the ride where you was like, there's like the front row, and then you sit behind someone, and then they sit across from someone, and then you know, like that, and your feet dangle on this one. So, and it's the type of ride where it goes up here, like it'll go up here, and then it'll do some twists and turns, and then you'll go backwards. So you'll just keep on going like this. I don't know if you guys ever rode that ride and know what I'm talking about, but. So basically, me and him were riding the ride, and there was not a lot of people in line, so you know, screw it, we're just gonna ride in the first row because I just feel like that would be the most scary since you're going backwards for half of it. And so we sat in the first row, and we went up here, and it was going good. And then we did some twists and turns, and then we went up here, and then it stopped. And I was like, what the heck? And my friend was like, Jacob, that's not supposed to happen. He was already freaked out beforehand because he didn't really like this coaster, but he's like, dude, that's not supposed to happen. And I was like, dude, come on, calm down, you know, it's fine. Because I actually thought it was supposed to happen because, you know, I'd never seen this happen. I've only heard stories about getting stuck on roller coasters, but I never really believed them. That's one reason why I was never scared of them, because I just thought that stuff just never happened, you know. But anyways, so yeah, it stopped there, and then my friend was like, dude, that's not supposed to happen. I was like, dude, calm down, you know, it's fine. And he was like, no, they're talking to people, because I was sitting here, and all I could see was there was Forrest over here, and then he was sitting next to me right here, and he could like peek his head around the corner and see where the box was that they do all the controls. And he's like, no, the guy in the box is talking to someone, like, we're stuck. And we sitting there at that point we were sitting there for about a minute, and I was like, oh dude, we are actually stuck. And I was freaking out because the way we were sitting is we were in the first row. So when we went up here, we were sitting like at the where my back of my hand was. So we were sitting like right here, and the rest of the roller coaster was up here. So we were just sitting there dangling, and we were hanging because we were all the way up in the sky, and we were just dangling right there, right? And I got super scared because in the beginning, I don't know if you guys ever got on a roller coaster, and you know when that times it's not pushed down enough. Well, yeah, like mine wasn't pushed down enough, and I could like move it a lot, and it was all the way up here. So like I was literally dangling there. And I was holding on to these handles and gripping them so hard. I was holding on for dear life, and I was so scared because literally all I looked down was there was nothing in front of me. Like even if I fell, I couldn't have grabbed onto anything. Like it was just straight ground. I was so scared. My friend was like hyperventilating. He was super scared. All the people in the back were scared. At this point, we've been there for like 10 minutes now, and nothing's happened, right? Finally, we hear something on the PA. He's like, don't worry, guys. It's just a little malfunction. You guys are gonna be fine. We're working on it now. You guys are gonna be up there for a little bit. So we're like, what the heck? We're sitting up here and we're not doing anything, but you know, we're all freaking out, and you know, I'm literally sitting there dangling, holding on for dear life, and this man's like, don't worry guys, we're gonna be fine. I was freaking out so much, like there's like no words to describe how scared I was. It didn't really hit me that we were stuck and I might die until like 10 minutes in. This is what freaked me out the most, right? So we're sitting there, and then finally he comes back on the PA or the speakers, and he's like, we're gonna attempt to reset the thing. We're just gonna reset everything, and hopefully it will come down. And the second he said that, my friend was like, you know what that means, right? And I was like, no, what does it mean? And he was like, dude, when they reset it, these seats, like the seats are gonna come up. Like the things that strap you in, he said, those are gonna come up. And I said, dude, no, they're not. Why would they? And he says, what happens when you get off a roller coaster, Jacob? What happens? And I said, well, I don't know, they just press a button and it comes out. And he's like, exactly. If they reset it, everything's gonna come up. The only thing that's gonna be strapping us in was our seatbelts. And I started to get super scared because the only thing, if that happened, was the seatbelt. And I was already loose. And I was like, so if this happens, how am I gonna put myself back down? Because you know that you have to push a button, and then you can start pushing it down and it gets locked in. Because if you push it by yourself, sometimes it doesn't do it. So I was like, dude, if he pushes this button and it resets, like the only thing that's gonna be strapping me in is this stupid seatbelt. And I started to get mad, right? And then I look down and I see this guy, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? And he was like, hey, don't worry guys, you guys are gonna be fine. And I was already getting mad because we was up there for 20 minutes at this point, sitting there waiting on us to come down. We couldn't get out. You know, some roller coasters you can get out and you can walk down the stairs. But no, we couldn't reach the stairs because we were like down here and the stairs were up here in the corner and we couldn't reach the stairs. So I was already mad. Everybody was getting like super mad. And I said, and I started talking to him and I was like, yo, what's your name? I was like, in case I die, I want your name so I can come back and haunt you. And he was like, yo, my name is Josh. You guys are gonna be just fine. And I was like, well, my name is Jacob. And if I die, best believe I'm coming at you. So at this point, we're up there for 25 minutes, not doing anything, sitting there dangling. He talked to us a couple of times. You know, he's like, we're gonna have to reset it again. And when he said we're gonna have to reset it again, I knew for sure we was gonna be up here for a long time. There's no way. He said 5 minutes ago that he was gonna reset it. Now he's saying he's gonna try to reset it again. Okay. So this is about 30 minutes in at this point. We're probably up there for 30 minutes now, dangling. You know, at this point, I'm not scared anymore. I'm just more annoyed than I was scared because I got used to just dangling there. Of course, the fear of death never left my mind. You know, I'm about to die, but you know, it's whatever. Take your good old time. All these people behind me were, they were all complaining, and I was like, yo, if you guys fall and this stuff like comes off, like you at least like try to grab onto the seats ahead of you. Like if me and my friend fall, we got nothing, you know, we're straight, it's splat. We finally start to move, man. We finally start to move and we're going down, and he said, we're gonna let you guys down slowly. So we started to go down. We were like all the way up here, right? And we're going down like this slow. Like I was like, okay, we're finally going down. Like I don't care how slow I go, just as long as I can get closer and closer to the ground. I've never wanted to be anywhere else in my life than I did right now. You know, I love roller coasters, I love amusement parks, but at this point, I want it off, I want it on the ground, and I wanted to just leave and not be in the position I was. And you know, I never really thought myself that I was gonna die from a roller coaster. I never really thought that I was gonna hit splat on the ground. So you know, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, if I do die, this is gonna hurt. Like if I die, I'm gonna either try to grab onto a tree and die, or I'm just gonna splat on the ground. Like, it's one or the other. There's no other option if I'm gonna die. So we're going down slowly, and finally it stops again. And at this point, I was like, dude, this is it. Like I'm just jumping at this point. There's just no need for it anymore. We're not that much farther to the ground than we were in the first place. Like we literally probably moved 20 feet, you know, 20 feet in, and then we start to go backwards again. What? Okay, what? What are you talking about, dude? We start to go backwards, and he's like, don't worry, we're just gonna try to reset it, and we're gonna go through one simulation to make sure everything's okay. Why can't you do that when we get off the ground, sir? Why can't you do that when nobody's in here? Because what if something does happen again? Like, what if it malfunctions and breaks down? We're dead. No, he doesn't care. He doesn't care that there's people on it. He said, we're gonna attempt to try to fix this, and we're just gonna go through one whole set. Hopefully everything works out. And as we're going down, right, we start to come back up, and everybody's freaking out because we're going right back into the position we just were in. And I look down, and this man, Josh, is sitting here laughing at us because we're freaking out. I'm looking down, and I see this man starting to laugh, and I'm like, yo, he's laughing because we're about to die. I put my hands in the life of this man, and he doesn't even know what's going on. At this point, I look down, and there's about 20 people just looking up, trying to figure out. There's people in all different colors of shirt. I don't know what color shirts Kings Island staff has, but none of them have the same color shirt, which really made me mad because I was like, who are these people? If they're working at Kings Island, shouldn't they have the same uniform? If I go to Chipotle, they all have the same uniform, you know? Nope, not these people. They all had multicolored shirt. One guy had a rainbow shirt on, you know? So I'm going back up, and then we actually do a whole nother loop. Like we do the whole ride again. The whole thing. We go up here, and then we come back down here, and then we just do the whole thing over again. And finally we hit the ground, you know? At this point, I'm super mad, and I don't want to ride any other ride other than this, you know? But the people behind me, we started talking to them when we were stuck in the middle of the ride. We tried to pass our time by. We started talking to them. They were actually pretty cool. Shout out to them. But anyway, so we get down to the final ground, and then there's all the whole where the gates are and stuff. Everybody's crowding, you know? They're all like worried, like, what is happening? Like, are you guys okay? And we were so mad because we were up there for like probably 30 to 35 minutes. And I was sitting there dangling for 30 to 35 minutes. We finally get down to the ground, you know, and everybody's like, oh, are you guys okay? Like, they were worried, like, are you guys doing okay? And I was so mad. It was not really a ride for me. And they actually offered us, they was like, oh, we have water if you want. And I was like, you better give me some free admission. You better give me a gold pass or a front of the line pass. I don't know if I'm gonna ride no more rides because this scarred my life, but you know what? You better give me a gold pass. Maybe I'll come back someday. But so yeah, we got stuck on a roller coaster. I almost died. We told my friend's parents because he's the one who took us. We told them, they didn't believe us, and I said, dude, we should have put this on Snap. I would have gotten footage, but we didn't have our phones. But yeah, if you ever go to Kings Island, do not ride Vertigo. like when we got back down, the guy, he was like, oh, don't worry, this stuff happens all the time. Like, dude, if this happens all the time, like, you should be figuring out how to fix it. Like, don't just keep letting it happen. Like, I hope you guys did enjoy this video today. So if you ever go to Kings Island, do not ride Vertigo. I wouldn't even recommend Kings Island ever, because they said this happens all the time. It don't matter. That made me very angry. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.